Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be doing this video should be fun, but I'm going to be doing this video ends when I find a 5-star read. So basically how this works is I'm just going to read a bunch of books. We're kind of just going to like mood read, and then this video will not end until I read a 5-star, like read a book that I rated 5 stars. So this could be done in 2 days, it could take a week, it could take a week and a half, I really don't know, but hopefully I find a book before this video needs to get uploaded, because that would be interesting to say the least. But right now I'm doing a buddy read of Heartless by Marissa Meyer. I need to read the first 100 pages of this. We're reading like 100 pages at a time. Like, we'll read 100 pages, we'll talk about the 100 pages, then we'll do 200 pages. Or, well, another 100 pages, which would get us to 200 pages. So I need to read those 100 pages. I'm in the middle of reading A Whole New World on my Kindle. I have the physical book, but I found it on my Kindle, so I've kind of been reading that whenever I, like, get the chance, but I don't have a physical book with me. And I'm also doing a beta read of, a romance book right now that I'm really enjoying. So I think Heartless and then Mending Me, which is the buddy read that I'm doing, I think those two are going to be my main focuses. And then once I finish Mending Me, I will focus on A Whole New World, if that isn't a 5-star read, because I think it's going to be a 5-star read. I'm almost done with it. I got it Wednesday. So it's Saturday, but I read it every chance that I get. Like, every chance that I get. Every chance that I have my phone and I got nothing to do, I'm literally reading Mending Me. So the main focus is going to be Heartless. I'm going to read the 100 pages of Heartless, then I can read Mending Me. That's how it's going to go, because if I don't do that, I will never pick this book up. And I need to, because it's literally a buddy read. I'm literally doing a buddy read, have been for the last week and a half, and I have read 28 pages. Because I've been filming like other videos and things like that. So this is going to be, we're gonna focus on this until I finish it. We're gonna read 100 pages, then we can read whatever else I want to read. But like, we have to do that, because if I don't, I'm never gonna get through this, and I feel so bad because like, my friend is just waiting for me to read these 100 pages, and she keeps being like, are you almost done? Are you almost done? And I'm like, unfortunately, not. So, today, we're gonna read the first 100 pages of Heartless. We are going to do it, and then I can read whatever I want. If I'm being quite honest with you, it's gonna be Mending Me, but if I wanted to read something else, I could read something else. The goal for this video, if it doesn't end by the time I finish Mending Me, which will probably be this weekend, then the goal would be to read at least 2 books on my February TBR. I need to read Cress, because it's been on my physical TBR for way too long, and I keep putting it off, and I don't know why, so that is a main priority for me. ACOWAR is a main priority, because it's so big, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish, once I finish Heartless, I'm going to read 100 pages of that and then read something else, so that I'm still reading other books, because that is like a 600 or 700 page book, and the writing is tiny, so it's not like it's a 600-700 page book. That thing is ginormous, and the writing is just like, sometimes I feel like I need a magnifying glass, so that's what I'll do with that. But right now we're going to focus on Heartless, and we're going to not still be 28 pages into this book, because it's actually very interesting, but like, I don't know, I've been filming other videos, so I haven't had time to read Heartless, but we're doing it now. We're doing it for this video, and we're gonna finish this book in this video, hopefully. Maybe not. If this video ends this weekend, I'm gonna be like, wow, this was so anticlimactic. But yeah, that's what we got going on right now. I'm gonna read 80 pages of, well, technically it's gonna be like 70 pages of Heartless. And then I will read Mending Me, and I don't know, either I'll update you when I finish a book, or I will update you tomorrow, whichever one happens first. Alright, I finished Mending Me. It was not a 5-star read, unfortunately. There was one scene that I was like, no, maybe not. And so after that it was sitting at a 4, but then I read the last 4 chapters, and I bumped it up to a 4.5. It was very good. There was one scene in the entire book that I didn't like. So that is probably, I don't know, that's probably the best it's ever been for like a, that's not true. I don't know what I'm trying to say. But it's 4.5 stars, so obviously we will be continuing this video. I'm still doing Heartless. I should probably get that so I can talk about it. Still doing the buddy read with Heartless. I did read the first 100 pages. I'm actually very interested in this story, and I think it's going to be very intriguing. I always like these like Disney retellings, and so this is like the origin story of the Queen of Hearts, and so it's very interesting seeing how like Marissa Meyer's take on what the Queen of Hearts' story was before Alice in Wonderland. And it's very interesting so far, so I will be reading the next 100 pages today. So I'm going to read 12 chapters. I read the first 12 chapters, got me to 100 pages, so the next 12 chapters will get me to 200 pages, so I'll read those, and then today, and then if I still have time, because there is other things that I need to do, I will be reading something from this deck. So I have already started A Whole New World. I'm reading it on my Kindle because I got it for free on my Kindle. I'm trying to see what page I'm on. Yeah, so I'm on page 131. I need to bookmark this. But I'm at page 131 in A Whole New World. This is kind of the book that I read like between classes and things. Whenever I have a chance, I read it, or like if I get to class early and I have like 10 minutes, I'll read a little bit. So yeah. So far I've read 131 pages. There's like 300 and something pages. It's very interesting so far. It just really hasn't like grabbed my attention. 376. There's 376 pages in this book. It's a little one, but this book is very heavy. That's why I've been reading it on my Kindle. So I need to bookmark that. For now, we're just gonna put my chapstick in there so that I don't lose my page. So that's an option. I could continue reading this, and like focus on reading this. Then I have The Naturals by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. This is on my February TBR. I'm trying to read my entire February TBR this month, even though it's a shorter month. I don't really know why, but this should be a quick read. It's smaller than my other options, but I don't think I'm entirely in the mood for this yet. I'm definitely getting there. These words are ginormous. This would be such a quick read. Okay, we might do The Naturals. I have a lot of options, okay? So then we have Cress. To be quite honest with you, it's a Rapunzel retelling. Rapunzel is my favorite Disney princess, so that's one of the motivators to read this book. And I need to get it off of my physical TBR because it's been on my physical TBR for way too long. So that is why this is an option, and I'm making myself read this book this month. Like, I'm not allowed to start ACOWAR until I've read Cress. So maybe we should read this one so that I can get to ACOWAR. I don't know, though, because, like, that's a big boy. That's a big boy. Then we also have The Queen of Nothing by Holly Black, which is the one that I'm most excited for. So I think I'm going to read this first and then read Cress so that I can start ACOWAR, because that's a big boy, too. So yeah, I think I'm going to read this one and then Cress, and then ACOWAR. I don't know. This might be the 5-star book for this video, because I think The Wicked King was 5 stars, so I'm anticipating this to be a 5-star read, but I was also anticipating Mending Me to be a 5-star read, so honestly, I don't know. But I'm really hoping that this will be a 5-star read because I love this trilogy. And I really want to finish it out strong, with a good rating for this book. Also, the cover's kind of scaring me because the covers always have to do with like a big moment in the story. So I'm a little worried. I'm just a little bit. You know, it's nothing too terrifying. It's actually something too terrifying. So I think we're going to start The Queen of Nothing after I read 100 pages of Heartless. The dedication is for Leigh Bardugo. I better like this book. I better give this book 5 stars. Because if I don't, we might need to get my brain examined or something. Because I don't know. If I don't give this book 5 stars, we have an issue. So, I'm going to read The Queen of Nothing. Hopefully, this is the 5-star read, because if it's not, I'm going to be really disappointed. So, we're going to read The Queen of Nothing. And obviously I'll be continuing with A Whole New World whenever I don't have a physical book with me. That'll obviously be what I do. So I'll still be continuing this. So I'm going to start giving you guys updates on A Whole New World as well as The Queen of Nothing and Heartless. So yeah. Those are the 3 books that I'm reading right now. Technically, I'm in the middle of 4, because I'm also reading Neverseen. But I've been taking a break to film other YouTube videos, because that is a video in itself. So, that's what I have going on right now. I'm reading a lot of fantasy right now. So yeah. But, if I don't read Cress this month, you all have permission to smack me over the head. I'm saying it now. So when my February wrap-up comes, if I haven't read Cress, you all have permission to smack me over the head. Alright, it's been 2 days, but Sunday I didn't read very much, so I didn't have anything to update you guys on. But I read about 100 pages yesterday. I'm at page 99, and it's very good. I don't think I'm loving it as much as I did The Wicked King, but it's also the first 100 pages. Well, these books I'm typically like, oh yes, by page 5, but I'm definitely like, I'm so in love with this world and how unique it is, and I don't know, I'm not giving that 5-star feeling, but I'm also only 100 pages in. This is a 300-page book, but sometimes it takes a little bit longer for the 300-page books. But yeah, I just really love this world, and I got to the did you get my letters part, which is not a spoiler because it's everywhere when you hear about the Queen of Nothing. And now I'm sad. Well, I'm not sad now. I read that last night, but it really broke my heart. Like, really broke my heart. I don't even know what the letters are yet, because I haven't seen that on Instagram. Well, I have seen one of the letters, but I haven't seen all of them. And apparently you can get them somewhere. So I'm gonna figure out where you can get them, because I want to read them. Yeah, I'm really ready for this. I'm so excited. This is gonna be just amazing. And I'm very excited for the next 200 pages to be amazing. So yeah, that's the only updates that I have right now. But yeah, I'm so sad that this is the last. Well, this isn't technically the last book, because there's How the King of Elfhame, that's how I'm pronouncing it, Learn to Hate Stories, and then there's The Stolen Heir, and the second book in that series that comes out this year. So I still have more in this world. It's just these characters, this is like the last of them being like the main characters, and I'm very sad about that. So I'm still in book 1. I don't know how many books there are in this book. Those of you that have not read the Cruel Prince trilogy, basically there's like different parts within the book, and they're called like book 1, book 2. I think there was a book 3 in The Wicked King. So it's just like a regular like part 1, part 2 that you would have in certain stories, like ACOTAR, for instance, if you've read that. So yeah, I'm still on book 1. It's probably gonna be a while until I get to book 2. I'm trying to look for it right now as I'm talking to you guys, and it's not working, and I'm probably gonna spoil something for myself, but you know what? This book is probably gonna cause me pain, so maybe being spoiled a little bit wouldn't be so bad. Yeah, I can't find it. So yeah, that is my update. I could potentially finish this today. Potentially. It's a big potentially, but I could potentially finish this today. But yeah, that's all I got right now. That's all we got. I haven't read anything in Heartless. I made the executive decision last night to read this instead of Heartless. Which probably not the wisest decision, because again, that's a buddy read, so I need to be staying on track with that. But this is the only book that I've read out of so far in the last 2 days. I fluctuate back and forth between different books. But this is what I got going on right now. Also, the prologue made me really sad. I'm not going to tell you why, because I'm pretty sure it's a spoiler, but the prologue made me really sad. Okay, it is Wednesday. I have 100 pages left in The Queen of Nothing, and I am still really enjoying it. I'm not getting the 5-star feel, but I am still really enjoying it. And I don't know, I really like this world, and I saw something yesterday, I think, that said if you really like political fantasy, that you'll like this trilogy. So I think we just learned that I like political fantasy, because I didn't even realize that this is like political, but then like when you think about it, it really is. So yeah, that is all I really have to update you on. I haven't read anything of Heartless. I haven't read anything of A Whole New Worlds. But I think I'm gonna finish The Queen of Nothing today. Hopefully, that's the goal, is to finish it today. Read the last 100 pages. That is the goal that I have currently. And then start Cress. That is the plan. Finish this today, start Cress tomorrow, read 100 pages of Heartless, hopefully today too, or something out of A Whole New World. I don't really know. But that is the goal right now. So that's really all I have to update you on, but tomorrow I will probably have a lot more to update you on. Probably my thoughts on this book, whether or not I read something of Heartless, whether or not I read something of A Whole New World, and potentially a new book, if I read my 100 pages of this that I have left, which I think I will, because I've been reading like 100 pages a day, so I should be on track to finish this today, because I've been reading like 100 pages of this a day, which I just said. So yeah, this has been such a better reading vlog than the one that I filmed last week. Last week, the plan was to read 3 books, and I only finished 2. And like we've already hit 3 books. Well, I mean, we're gonna finish 2, and then we're in the middle of 2 others, but like, I'm doing so well this reading vlog, I feel like. I'm doing so much better than I was last week. I think I might have been in like a little bit of a reading slump, but I think this is getting me out of it. As all of these books have, they just make me so excited to read more fantasy. So, that is my update. I really don't have much to update you guys on, other than I read 100 pages of The Queen of Nothing, and I just love this world. I love this world. There's nothing really I can say about the storyline, because it is the 3rd book in the series, but I love this storyline, and I love this world. It's so unique, and I just love it. those are my updates. All right, so it is the next day and I have a lot to update you guys on actually. So I finished The Queen of Nothing. It was unfortunately not 5 stars like I was hoping it would be, not just for the sake of this video, but also because I really wanted this book to be 5 stars, because I really love this series. I'm currently sitting at a 4 star, but I'm not really sure what I want to rate it. I know I won't go any lower than 4, and I won't go any higher than 4.75, but I'm not entirely positive where it sits in the 4 star range. But I did really enjoy it. I am really sad that I am done with this trilogy, but there is more books in this world. There's How the King of Elfhame Came to Hate stories. There's the Stolen Heir series. I think it's a trilogy. There's only 1 book out. The second book is coming out this year. I think it's going to be a trilogy, but I'm not sure, so I'm just going to call it a series. And then I think The Darkest Part of the Forest is also a part of this world. So I might read that as well. I do know that I'm going to read How the King of Elfhame Came to Hate stories. And then obviously the Stolen Heir series. But I think I might read The Darkest Part of the Forest as well. Because I really love this world, and I'm really sad that I'm leaving it for now. But I will be back. I am not leaving forever. Definitely not. I read a little bit more of A Whole New World. I read like 40 pages-ish. I read it on my Kindle, and then I updated it in my physical book. So I'm about halfway there. It's good so far. It's very interesting. I really like these like Disney retelling things. And then I also figured out the order of this series because it is the most confusing thing on planet Earth. So I wrote it all down in my notes so I can just go from book to book and check it off because I know exactly what the order is now. Which is really good because this series, like, it does not tell you, no matter where you look. Like, if you look on Amazon, some of them say they're like book 5 in the series, and then it jumps to book 15, and then you don't know like what the order of from book 5 to 15 is. So then you're like, what is going on? So I Googled it, and Google was very helpful. Even Goodreads, if you go on Goodreads, there's like 4 books that tell you what number in the series it is. And it's very confusing. But they're also by different authors. Like, it's Liz Braswell, and then there's another author that is also writing the books in this series. So maybe that's why it's so confusing. I don't really know. But it's the most confusing thing on planet Earth. And then I figured it out. So that is good, because now I don't have to be confused with this series. I think it's interconnected standalone, though. So I don't think it's really important if I read them in order. But I like to read things in order. So there's that. So, because I finished The Wicked King. No, that's the second book. The Queen of Nothing. I said before I started The Queen of Nothing that if I read The Queen of Nothing, I had to request after it so that I could then get to ACOWAR. So I'm going to read Cress. I'm actually very excited to read this. This is a Rapunzel retelling. This is the 3rd book in the Lunar Chronicles series. You guys know that I've been reading this series for an insane amount of time, and just randomly last year said, let's finish this series that I've been reading since I was a small child. And now we're doing that. So at least we're finishing it. You know, like, I could have just stopped midway and just never finished it, but I actually really want to finish this series. It also makes me feel accomplished and productive, and like I don't even know that I'm actually doing something. I don't even know. I just want to read this series, and this is probably going to be my favorite book in the series because it is a Rapunzel retelling, and I'm very excited. And I saw an edit for it months ago, like literally months ago, and I was like, oh my goodness, I have to read this book. Like, that was my motivation to read the book, and then I never read the book. So now I'm making myself read it. I'm making myself pick this book up and read it. And I read like the little book 1 thing. There's like little pages at the beginning, and it says like book 1, and then it gives like a little thing about like, the story, so about Rapunzel. And that just, it really gets you in the mood for just amazingness that is Rapunzel. So I'm very excited about this. These are like are they interconnected? Is it considered an interconnected standalone series? I don't know, because like it follows one continuous storyline, so I feel like it's not interconnected standalone, but at the same time it follows different. Well, isn't that like ACOTAR? ACOTAR is a regular series. So for ACOTAR, the first 4 books are, I'm so confused if you cannot tell. We're just gonna pretend like this is a normal series, even though it continuously follows different main characters, which would technically consider it an interconnected standalone, but it's following the same storyline, so that is not interconnected standalone, so it's a regular series, I suppose. I'm treating it like it's ACOTAR, to be quite honest with you, because that is something that makes sense in my brain now, for some reason. Don't ask me how that happened. So yeah, this is what we're doing right now. One of my classes got canceled, so I have more time to read. Well, obviously I need to get my schoolwork done, but once I do that, I'll have more time to read than I normally do on Thursdays, which is phenomenal. Because during the week, I only have like an hour to read every night. And then I need to go to bed, or I'm going to be sleep deprived the next day. So maybe I'll have more time to read. I get my stuff done in a timely manner. Let's hope I do that. I read 150 pages of Cress yesterday, which is, I kind of thought that like, since I read 50 pages before my typical reading time that I had time, I thought I would be able to read like 200 pages, but I only read 150, but you know what? That is better than I have been doing. I've been reading like 100 pages a night, because of school this week, which is fine, but I want to be reading more. And once again, we have the situation we had with Powerless. When I read Powerless, I don't understand why I put this book off so long. I did have to look up a summary on Google of Scarlet because, and you know, Cinder too, but like I kind of remember Cinder, which is weird because I read Cinder 8 years ago and I read Scarlet like 3 years ago, 2 years ago. So I don't understand how I understand the general plot of Cinder from 8 years ago when I didn't even understand what was going on in the book because I was young. I was in elementary school. But like I don't remember Scarlet like whatsoever. I like remembered 2 of the characters and then like Cinder, but then like Captain Thorn, I was like, where on earth did this kid come from? Like, where did he come from? And then and then they were like talking about things that happened and I'm like, I don't understand what you're talking about. Like, what are you talking about? And in this book, I guess Marissa Meyer just doesn't do the thing where like the next book in the series, you kind of like recap, you know? And typically I'm like, come on, we already know what happened, like we don't need this, but now I'm like, we need that, because the one time that it doesn't do like the recap type thing in the next book in a series is the time that I need it. Whereas all the other times I'm like, we get it, we understand, we know what happens, we're good. And then the one time that I need it, it's not happening. So yeah, I actually thought that the beginning of Cress was from like that was taking place during like Cinder, but no, this is a continuous like. Do you see how bad this is? Like I was so clueless. So for like 30 minutes, I was looking up the plot of Scarlet because I didn't know what was going on. I was so confused. I read like 10, was it 10 pages or 20 pages? Yeah, I read like 20 pages and I was like, I can't do this anymore because I don't know what's going on. And if I hadn't like looked up what happened in Scarlet, I would still be confused. But now I'm enjoying this book, and it's very good. And I'm definitely getting like the Rapunzel, where like the Rapunzel stuff comes in, and I'm loving it because I hit the instinct point where your leg kicks out with my book on my knee. That is not what it's called. Is it a pressure? No, it's not a pressure point. What's it called? This is why I'm not gonna be a doctor. It's probably a good thing. I don't even know what that's called. I called it an instinct point. That's not what it's called. What's it called? Or your reflexes. I hit the reflex in my knee. I used to do that all the time. I thought it was so fun to just watch your leg kick out like that. Anyways, that's not what we're talking about right now. But I'm really enjoying this. I love it. And I'm so upset with myself that I did not read this book in, I think it was October when I planned to. I don't know why I didn't do that, but we're making up for those mistakes now. And we're having a grand old time doing it, you know? Like, this is really just, I'm loving this. I'm really loving this. So I only have 400 pages left, which is a lot, but in the grand scheme of things, if I read 100 pages, today, 200 on Saturday, and then another 100 on Sunday, I will finish this before this reading vlog has to go out. This reading vlog might not go up on Monday like it's supposed to, though, because still haven't found a 5-star read, and it's Friday. And I'm in the middle of 3 books right now, and I'm not close to finishing any of them. Well, I'm almost halfway done with A Whole New World. Heartless, I haven't read the second 100 pages that I need to read. Which I should probably do that, but like, I'm in the middle of a reading vlog right now. And I literally am doing this reading vlog so that I would read like 100 pages of Heartless like I'm supposed to be, and then like read out of this, and it's just, I don't even know what's going on anymore. So yeah, that's what's going on here. I'm hoping I read more, maybe like another 150 pages of Crest today. I don't know. So, this is what I have going on. Also, I just realized this is set in the future, but like how far in the future? That's not a question for right now. So yeah, this is what's going on. I also love the art of the 2 main characters that's in the front here. I got to this scene last night and I was like, oh, this sounds familiar. Wonder why. So yeah, that is my update. That's really all I had to say. Obviously you can tell I had a lot to say because, you know, I wouldn't stop talking. But, I mean, my excuse is I have a degree in yapology, so I am allowed to yap for as long as I want to. It is Saturday. It's the next day. Last night I read 200 pages. 200 pages, okay? I started on 150. I ended on, well, I read over 250 pages. Because I ended on 381. So I just have a little bit under 200 pages left. What would that be? 200 and... No. 220 pages left. Yes. What? 120 pages left. That math is still not right. I have around 200 pages left, okay? Obviously I can't do mental math, but that's fine. I'm really enjoying it. Like, I'm really enjoying this. And I do this every time. Like, I did it with Powerless, where I, like, put off reading a book, and then it turned out to be just absolutely amazing. And I love this book. Though I am sad because I'm not sad. I'm a little nervous because I finished book 3 last night, which is like the different parts. So I'm going to be starting book 4, which is probably the last book today, and the little like sentence that it gives you at the beginning of the books, it's making me nervous because it says, when Rapunzel saw the prince, she fell over him and began to weep, and her tears dropped into his eyes. Okay, that makes me nervous. Makes me nervous. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm terrified. I'm terrified. Yeah, I'm actually like really scared about what is gonna happen. So yeah, that is my update. I'm really enjoying this book. I think this might be the 5-star read. It is Saturday, and I have to post this video on Monday if I'm gonna be posting like on time. So fingers crossed this is 5 stars, because if it's not, I don't know when this video is gonna get posted, and I have another one that I need to film this month for March, because I actually can't tell you why, but just know that it's relevant to a book on my February TBR, in a video that I want to do for that book. So I have to film it this month so that I can, you know, be on track with my February TBR. Because I really want to finish that this month. I haven't done that in a while, since like July. I haven't finished my like monthly TBR since July. Which means it's been 6 months, which means it's been a long time since I finished my monthly TBR. So the goal is to do that, as well as read Throne of Glass and Powerless by Elsie Silver. I have 4.5 books left on my February TBR. Wow. That's a lot. If you think, well, it's a lot if you think about it, because one of them is Act of War. Which I have a plan as to how I'm going to get through that one. I have a plan. Hopefully it works, because if it doesn't, I'm going to be really, really sad. So yeah, that's what I am doing right now. I'm very nervous. I'm very scared. I'm very nervous. I'm very scared. I'm actually terrified. So yeah, that is my update. Alright, I have good news. I finished Crest last night, and I gave it 5 stars. It was really good. I love the storyline. I think I love this series more now because, you know, I was in the 5th grade when I read Cinder. And this is sci-fi, and even though it's YA sci-fi, like, that's hard stuff to understand. Especially when you're in the 5th grade. But it's way more easier to, like, understand what's going on in it. It's just way more easier. And I loved it. And if Cress and Carswell do not end up together, I'm gonna lose my mind. I'm actually gonna lose my mind. Because I need that to happen in Winter, which is the next book. I don't know when I will be picking Winter up, but it's gonna be this year, because I really, 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 really want to continue and finish this series. I am going to read the 2 novellas. There's a novella that comes after this, I believe. Hold on, let me see if the order's in the front here. It is not in order. But I think you read Fairest, and then Winter, and then Stars Above. Or maybe it's Stars Above, then Winter, then Fairest. I don't know. I'll look it up. I know what the order is, I just don't know off the top of my head. But since this is 5 stars, that does mean that we have come to an end to this video. So, I hope you guys enjoyed. This was very fun. This is the first time I've ever done a video like this where I didn't have like a set amount of days that it is gonna like be like how many days I'm gonna be filming like a certain video. So this was very fun and a little bit stressful because I didn't think I was gonna finish by today, but I did. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Please like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time I upload, which is on Mondays. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!